What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we're here with 15 things you didn't know about Sweden. I thought I'd done a video like this already, but I see that I didn't. So we finna jump into this. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. Also, I have a P.O Box now. If you would like to send me something, the link, or not the link, but the address will be in the description. I already did one video. Definitely want to try out more candy from Sweden. And I got a list, so I'm probably going to order that candy this week. And I'm going to try out different candies from other places, other countries as well. So y'all let me know. Let me know in the community tab. I asked the question, and what other country you want me to try, what candy you want me to try from other countries as well. So y'all make sure y'all do that. But hey, without further ado, let's jump into these 15 things.
This is Travel Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we present you with another incredible country. Today, we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Sweden. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired.
Nice.
Hello Aluxers, welcome back to a new video brought to you by our team here at Alux.com. Today we're talking about a very fascinating country that literally embodies the Scandinavian dream. That, of course, is the Kingdom of Sweden. With a population of less than 10 million people, Sweden is the third largest country in the European Union, based on its territory. It is still officially a kingdom, although the royal family has a mostly symbolic power in the state. Although most people know it for being the land of Vikings in the past, we have to thank Sweden for many innovative inventions, and frankly, a very sustainable lifestyle as an example.
Hey, these some nice Pinterest pictures they got showing on here.
Innovative inventions, and frankly, a very sustainable lifestyle as an example. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. We hope you'll enjoy and learn new things from this 15 things you didn't know about Sweden video. Number 1. Swedes pay a lot of taxes. Sweden is notorious for having one of the highest tax rates in the world, which would normally be considered bad, especially in the US. The current tax rate is 51.4% of the GDP, and the country uses a progressive income tax rating system. For example, if you earn more than $72,543 per year, 31% goes to income tax, and your employer also has to pay 25% for social fees. However, Swedes love this about their country so much so that a tax is called a skatt, which means treasure in Swedish. That is because they receive free education, including 0 university taxes and healthcare, since 27% of taxes are invested in these areas. Police and the military get only 5%, while 42% goes to social security.
See, that's why I feel like that's important. That's important because if we pay a good, like, our tax is not as high as y'all's, but for the amount we pay, we get free education from preschool all the way up to high school. But you go to university, like, it's up there. Like, I remember when I was in college, it probably cost me $3,000 to $4,000 per semester. So, and that's like just my classes and tuition. Like, usually 4 classes, a full-time student, and tuition and stuff, and like room and board and different things. Like room and board, that was gonna make everything, or even if I got a meal plan, that was gonna make things $5,000 to $6,000. So just taking that into consideration, like, you looking at almost $12,000 a year, $10,000 to $12,000 a year. Crazy, right? Man, that's another story. I'm gonna have to find a video about the difference from the university schooling and stuff. I learned about education from high school, middle school, preschool, all that stuff, but education abroad or furthering your education, that's a different subject.
Percent of taxes
right there.
are invested in these areas. Police and the military get only 5%, while 42% goes to social security. Number 2. Swedish fathers get a lot of days off for parental leave.
This is important.
Having a child is stressful enough, and a lot of that stress is finding time off work to care for a newborn. Not to mention that normally, government policies favor maternity leave, meaning that new fathers usually get to spend less time with the children.
Hey, I'm sorry I had to stop. This is important because I know down here, men, at least not from my experience, men do not get that parental leave. At least not from my understanding, men don't. Which I feel like this is important because my mom always told me, especially when I first had my first son, she was like, a mother carrying that baby for 9 months, she already building a bond. Like a father, once that baby out, that's when that father has to get the opportunity to build that bond. And if I'm working all the time, that's going to be hard to do, right? It's like minimal. This is good. I like this.
Well, certainly the Swedish government thinks that this is not okay. Sweden is also a big promoter of gender equality and currently gives 480 days off work to new parents that can split it however they like to care for their child.
Wow.
Actually, the country was the first to allow families to divide the leave, and 390 days of that are subsidized with taxpayer money. Number 3. Stockholm is one of the greenest cities in the world.
Okay, Stockholm.
Sweden is big on ecology. So big, in fact, that its capital, Stockholm, was the first to receive the European Green Capital Award, which is given by the European Union. It also means that the capital is one of the cleanest cities worldwide, giving us an example of what real sustainable living looks like. For example, these buses are fueled with methane from sewage systems instead of oil, and the recycling rate of the whole city is around 90%.
Wow, I didn't know that.
There are also a lot of parks, and they've even managed to redevelop an area that was once a toxic industrial site called Hammarby Sjöstad. It now has more than 25,000 people living there who use car sharing, live in green buildings, and benefit from high-tech waste management
real
systems.
nice right there.
It's also said that Stockholm will cease using fossil fuel by 2050. Number 4. Sweden is a world leader in terms of innovation. You wouldn't know it today, but Sweden used to be one of the poorest countries in Europe just 100 years ago. It all changed when the country started investing heavily in its infrastructure and, of course, in its people.
Wow, I didn't know it used to be the poorest.
They started investing heavily in its infrastructure and, of course, in its people. Sweden has less than 10 million people, but ranks among the highest in terms of global innovation. The stable political climate, high-quality education, and promotion of creative ideas has given the world quite a few successful companies. AstraZeneca, Electrolux, Skype, Spotify, Ikea, just to name a few of the world-famous businesses that are Swedish. The country is literally driving world innovation.
Hey, and we talked about those different innovations, and they're major. Like, I think Ikea is probably the biggest. Like, we have furniture stores around where I'm at, but where I live, it's not a big city. It's not a big town, but it's a good size. But it's not. Our furniture stores are very minimal. IKEA is almost like a Walmart. That's how big it is.
Two of the world famous businesses that are Swedish. The country is literally driving world innovation, and we want to know what they'll come up with next. Number 5.
Bigger than Walmart.
The H&M magnate is the richest person in Sweden with a net worth of $16.4 billion. Everyone knows H&M, but few people know the company is actually Swedish. The first store was opened in 1947 by Erling Persson and since became a global fashion empire. Erling's son, Stefan, is now Sweden's richest person with a net worth of $16.4 billion as of 2018. He's now the chairman of H&M, lives in Stockholm, and has founded the Mentor Foundation, a non-profit that helps young people who are struggling with substance abuse issues. The Perssons.
Wow, that is good. That's real good. Man, I never, H&M is my favorite store, especially when I got older. No, matter of fact, my mom used to take us to H&M since I was a teenager, and that's where I shop at. I've been shopping at ever since. That's one of the main places I shop at for my clothes and stuff. I didn't know that. Who would have thought a clothing store the man would have been the most richest person? I would think the person that invented Ikea would have been.
That helps young people who are struggling
The
with
richest in
substance
Sweden.
abuse issues. The Pearsons like to keep business in the family, since his son, Carl Johan, has taken over as the CEO of H&M in 2009.
Wow.
Number 6. Sweden lost out on an $85 billion deal with Norway. Sweden has a great economy and is one of the happiest countries in the world. However, its neighbor, Norway, is way better off, and it's all thanks to the oil. Norway is insanely rich because of its oil and gas resources, which make up 22% of the country's GDP. It is, of course, one of the highest in the world. But in the 1970s, they had mostly no idea how much oil they actually had and proposed an agreement that went like this. They would give oil concessions to Sweden in exchange for lumber and 40% of Volvo, the biggest Swedish company at the time. Volvo shareholders, however, rejected the proposal in 1979, and the deal fell through big time. That same deal would have been worth $85 billion today. Ironically, Volvo sold in 2014 for just $1.5 billion. Number 7.
That's a big loss, man. But sometimes it is hard to see, like, I know it's good to plan ahead. It's good to, have hopes for the future. But sometimes it's hard to see because you just never know how things are going to turn out. Like, that's part of the biggest risk. But, man, that was a huge loss right there.
In 2014 for just $1.5 billion. Number 7. The Nobel Prize for Literature is in jeopardy. Each year, the prestigious Swedish Academy awards the highly coveted Nobel Prize to the most valuable scientists, writers, economists, and great thinkers of the world. It has had its series of controversial events in the past, but this year they will not award a Nobel Prize for Literature since a shocking scandal has taken over the Academy. It turns out that several women have accused Jean-Claude Arnault, a photographer and husband of a Swedish Academy member, of sexual assault.
Dang.
What's more, he abused his status several times in the past to reveal the names of Nobel Prize winners prior to the official announcement. The permanent secretary, Sarah Danius, has even resigned from her position following the scandal. It seems that Arnault is no stranger to controversy. In 2006, he reportedly groped Swedish Crown Princess Victoria at a formal event, according to some news publications. Number 8. Drinking alcohol is highly regulated by the Swedish government. This is something that most people find shocking about Sweden. It's a free country in all respects, but actually has rules in place that promote certain behaviors for its citizens. In the 19th century, it was legal to make your own alcohol at home, and apparently Swedes drank a lot. So much so that moderate societies started to appear, and nowadays you can actually buy alcohol in supermarkets. Well, only drinks that contain 3.5% alcohol at most. So if you want to throw a party, you would normally go to a Systembolaget, the state-owned liquor store.
Dang.
Oh, and you can't purchase it if you're not 20 years old. As a consequence, Systembolaget is one of the world's biggest buyers of spirits and other alcoholic beverages. Number 9. Sweden and Finland fight over where Santa Claus lives. On a lighter note, did you know that Santa Claus lives in Sweden? Or no, was it Finland? Believe it or not, this is a debate that the two countries...
He live in one of these places because that's where all the reindeer are. I ain't never seen a reindeer in real life, but since watching these videos, he gotta be somewhere over there.
Sweden? Or no, was it Finland? Believe it or not, this is a debate that the two countries have, and the results are inconclusive. That is because Lapland, the magical northern territory of the Northern Lights, amazing sights and reindeer, is actually divided between the northern parts of both countries.
Wow.
Finland also has the Santa Claus Village,
Ooh.
which you can find Santa's main post office and other attractions. But according to Swedish researchers, it makes more sense.
That looked pretty cool. I didn't know Santa really had his own little workshop.
Finland also has the Santa Claus Village, which you can find Santa's main post office and other attractions. But according to Swedish researchers, it makes more sense for Santa to be in Sweden. The geography department at the Swedish University has used satellite images to calculate what would be the mean center of the global population. Based on that, a Swedish town called Jokkmokk would be the best location for gift distribution purposes.
Look, now I got a little thing at the top saying 15 things you didn't know about Santa Claus.
Number 10. Ikea is the world's most profitable furniture company.
Facts.
Don't lie. You definitely have a piece of furniture.
And I said earlier, Ikea was as big as Walmart. I think it's big. It's bigger than Walmart now. It's probably bigger than Walmart and Target.
Profitable furniture company. Don't lie. You definitely have a piece of furniture in your home that you've assembled yourself, and most likely it's an Ikea product. The company was founded by then 17-year-old Ingvar Kamprad in 1947 and has won over the world with its Scandinavian chic designs. In 2016 alone, the company had a revenue of 35 billion euro, or $41 billion. Kamprad was also the richest Swedish person and probably the richest in the country's history as well, with an estimated net worth of $58 billion before his death in January of 2018. Want to find out some more about Ikea? We've got you covered, Aluxers. Make sure to watch our 15 things you didn't know about Ikea video.
I'm gonna definitely have to check that video. I was looking for a video about Ikea. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Make sure to watch our 15 things you didn't know about Ikea video.
Dang.
Number 11. Swedes invented a green fitness craze. Swedish people enjoy working out in nature and saving the environment, so it was only a matter of time before this happened.
That's the best workout
Apparently,
right
what
there.
you have to do is jog, but also pick up litter on your way, and it's called plogging. The trend has even started to spread to other countries as well.
Wow.
Ploggers use the hashtag plogging on Instagram to promote this new type of workout.
Plogging.
Apparently, they have succeeded in gathering communities of people all over the world that are committed to having a cleaner environment. So maybe next time you put on your running shoes, you might want to pick up that annoying plastic bottle on the sidewalk as well. Number 2. Sweden's national food obsessions are not so Swedish. Another thing that Sweden is known for is its relative openness to receive and integrate immigrants. Swedes enjoy fika, a tradition that says...
Hey, I need to find a video about fika, or a little bit more about fika, because I be seeing it all the time, and I think I seen a video when I think he mentioned it about fika. I need to find a video about fika. What is it, like coffee and stuff like that, and like a little dessert or something? I need to watch a video about it because it looks.
You should take at least one break period per day to enjoy coffee and eating Swedish meatballs for lunch. However, the meatball recipe has come under scrutiny lately since they are, well, not so Swedish. The recipe was brought from...
Shout out to the person that gave me the recipe though. Somebody commented the recipe. I got it down. I'm gonna have to make some one day. I'm gonna have to see. I can cook. So I'm gonna have to make some
lately, since they are, well, not so Swedish. The recipe was brought from Turkey, which was then known as the Ottoman Empire in the 18th century by King Charles XII. It was subsequently integrated in with the local cuisine along with a taste for really strong coffee. The president of the Turkish Corporation for Coordination Agency went on to say that Ikea should not sell the famous meatballs as if they were a Swedish dish. Number 13. It's illegal to spank children in Sweden. A pretty worrying statistic says that 80% of Americans have admitted to hitting their young children, according to CNN. In fact, it's not quite illegal to punish children in that manner at all in the US. There are two camps, the one that's against corporal punishment and the one that says it's okay to spank children from time to time. Sweden, however, was the first country to ban this type of punishment, considering it abuse. Nowadays, Swedish parents rarely hit children in any way, and their example has been followed by around 30 countries.
So I'm guessing the discipline be like grounded. I feel like, especially when kids get older, like I feel like it's more easy to ground or take things away, maybe, you know.
Hit children in any way, and their example has been followed by around 30 countries. Schools are also places where corporal punishment is prohibited, and it really seems to be working out great for them. The whole philosophy is that children should be disciplined gently. Hitting will only break trust between child and carer, and that will lead to long-term negative effects, such as behavioral problems. Number 14. Abba is Sweden's most beloved export. At the height of their fame, Abba was second only to carmaker Volvo as the biggest Swedish export.
Dang.
The band was so famous that it sold around 500 million records and were the biggest best-selling artists for the non-English-speaking world. As Swedes, this is a huge deal since they topped the charts in the 70s in the UK, Ireland,
Wow.
Canada, and of course the US. And apparently what makes this band still insanely popular is the fact they're relatable, sweet lyrics, and music that was inspired by Swedish folk songs and bands like the Beatles and the Beach Boys. What's more, the four members have decided to reunite after a 35-year hiatus and will release new music in December 2018. Number 15.
I wonder if they got to.
The 3-point seatbelt is a Swedish
the
invention.
lifesaver.
We have a lot to thank Sweden for. Abba, Skype, Spotify, the pacemaker, HIV tracker, and of course, the seatbelt. We take it for granted, but back in the day, it wasn't a requirement for cars, or at least it was less efficient during collisions. Safety engineer Nies Bolin was working in 1959 for carmaker Volvo when he invented the 3-point V-shaped seatbelt that is specially created to protect people during an accident. Thankfully, Volvo had made an open patent, which means that every car manufacturer had the right to use the design free of charge. Make no mistake, every car in the world uses it nowadays.
Hey, saved a lot of lives. Saved a lot
free
of
of
lives.
charge. Make no mistake, every car in the world uses it nowadays, and it probably has saved around 1 million lives so far, according to Britain's Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents. Now that was all for today, Aluxers, but before you go, we're curious to know what you think. Does free education lead to a more innovative society like Sweden has? Please leave your answer in the comments. And as a thank you, if
I can answer this, I ain't gonna leave it in the comment because the video is a little older, but I think it does. I think it does. And that's because, like, if I know if it's free, then, to me, sometimes maybe in Sweden, I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes I feel like down here in the States, sometimes we take for granted what is free, and we don't take it too seriously sometimes, like just working in education, like kids, I have to remind kids all the time that, hey, this is somebody somewhere else has to pay just to go to, 6th grade or 7th grade or even be in high school. Some people have to pay for that. Some kids around the world have to pay for those things. So, and I think for those people that really want to learn something, really like seeking a skill to be able to make more money, if it was free, I think they would do it. I think it would be very innovative for us because, like most of us in the States, we go to college, pay money to go to college, and what happens? We just go find a job that's gonna pay the college back, and it's like it shouldn't be that way, because now I should be able to live freely, debt free and all, but now I'm still trying to make a living to support myself while having to pay a college fee, still paying for college. Like, I know people that have been out of college 10, 15, 20 years and they're still paying on their college loans and stuff like that. So I feel like it would make a very, very more innovative society. Maybe just give people, maybe test people to see if they really have the knowledge or really want to know to learn and stuff like that. Because I feel like if it was free and you got people that really want to do it, yeah, we'll have a more innovative society. But not saying, because I know we got like a major, in my town, we got like a major engineering company down here. Or like 2 or 3, actually. We got like 2 or 3 major engineering companies where I live. And, going to college, that's expensive. But them paying that expense, they making great money, but spending all their time. But if education was free, definitely more opportunities for those people that couldn't afford it. Because I know a lot of smart people that did not go to college. Like a lot of people that understood, certain things in school and like top of the class that still didn't go to college because they couldn't afford it. So I think it would be very innovative,
As always, for sticking with us until the end, we have another fascinating bonus fact about Sweden just for you. Number 16. Sweden has to import trash. Sweden has a garbage problem, and it's not what you think. In fact, Sweden has run out of trash for recycling, and so has to ask for help from other countries to power its recycling plans. So, how did they end up with this situation? Well, it turns out they are so environmentally conscious, they have a pretty heavy taxation system for fossil fuels and powers half of its electricity from renewable materials. Since other countries like the UK have bans on landfills, they prefer to send it to Sweden instead of paying the fine for garbage. But at the end of the day, their recycling system is so good, they will surely be the first country to stop using oil products and welcome the new era of cleaner energy sources.
Nice.
Hopefully we'll learn from them sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out more from this channel. Definitely gonna have to check out the Ikea. I definitely want to learn more about Ikea because that's what I was thinking. I guess the other guy they mentioned about H&M, he's the richest alive. But I figure Ikea made some crazy money. But guys, definitely enjoyed that because I got to learn a little bit more. There was a couple of things I already knew, but just being able to learn a little bit more, that was great. That was great. But that's all I have for this video. Y'all make sure y'all continue to send me recommendations, send me video recommendations, also candy recommendations, you know. But hey, hit that subscribe button and y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.